James, you can be pleased with losing the game. There was something to take out of the way they came back, particularly in that right to that last quarter.
Yeah, we're very disappointed. We lost the game. It would have been nice for all our supporters to win, but I think our whole pre-season has shown improvement from when we started back at late October, and today we're up against a very, very good football team who are hard to beat. They're tough. They put pressure on you, and our boys did okay. So. I think from an improvement point of view, we've shown some over the pre-season. We can go into round one knowing that we've had a good pre-season.
James, through sort of at a stage in that second quarter, it looked like they were giving you a masterclass in defensive pressure.
Yeah.
It looked like a few guys were starting to revert back to some bad old habits. And you said that there'll be ups and downs, but it must have been real pleasing how you held your nerve.
Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt we're not the first team to get monstered in pressure, and seem to be getting pushed backward the whole time when their press comes on, and they do it really well. So we're very proud of the boys the way they came out after half time and sort of absorbed it and came out and challenged Collingwood. Obviously we didn't win, but there were some periods in the third and last quarter where our boys started to move the ball the way we asked them to.
After working so hard in the third quarter, those knockout, those 2 goals deep in time on were probably entitled to knock you out. What made you come again early in the last?
I just think our boys have really enjoyed playing football, and they've enjoyed the pre-season, so they didn't want to leave their pre-season sort of at three-quarter time and go into the season getting blown away. And I think that's the terrific thing about the group we've got. They understand now how hard they need to work, and they're proud of their efforts they've put in. So they want to get out there and show a good performance, which I think they did in the last quarter. And we got hurt sort of late in that last quarter, but most of the last quarter was pretty good.
Did having to play catch up with you in the end?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I mean, there was some mistakes with that centre bounce, which we had 3 in and 1 went in and cost us a goal. And I suppose there's some opportunities that they seem to take a lot better than we did and kicked easy goals. If that makes sense, because we had to work a lot harder for our goals. So their backline got a lot more of a rest than our backline did because of the way they pressed, and that probably told on us in the end.
I know you said right at the outset you're very disappointed that you lost. I'm just wondering overall that match, given it's Collingwood, given the situations you found yourselves in at times, overall was it a step forward?
I think it's a step forward. I think it's an improvement anyway. We can take a lot of positives out of our whole pre-season. We've played some good teams and we've played good patches of football. So we're not walking away from here sort of going to blow up what we've done over pre-season, but what it does do is it gives us a good reality check of where we're at and what we need to work on in the next couple of weeks before we go into Western Bulldogs here in a couple of weeks.
Your delivery forward seemed, obviously on the scoreboard, improved after half time. You seemed to, you've got 2 good key forwards and you didn't seem to want to use them that much in the first half. And obviously Hurley became such a commanding presence in the second half.
Yeah, I think we up in the box we sounded a bit like the cheer squad. Just kick it, will you? Just kick the ball, get it in forward. And we've got some really good talent up forward, and we need to use them. So the guys did after half time. They kicked it a bit more, and I think most teams realise if you try and handball your way through Collingwood's press, you'll get yourself in trouble.
Obvious question, two-part question. How are you going? 6 months in, how do you feel? You got your pre-season out of the way.
Yeah.
How do you reckon you're going?
I'll ask someone else how they think I'm going. It's a bit hard to judge yourself, but now I'm glad that's over. I'm glad pre-season's over and we're ready to start the real season because we now know that and tonight we played against a team who wanted to win the game, and we know on Sunday or whatever it is, Sunday fortnight against the Western Bulldogs, that they want to win the game. So it's good to play. It'll be good to play a real game for keeps and know there's 4 points on the end of it, and that our boys have to give 100% if they want to get those 4 points. So I think the whole club is glad the pre-season's over.
And just, you talk about round 1 and you spoke about it the presser the other day.
Yeah.
Your feelings, your anticipation of, first time out for real, for real spoils?
I haven't thought about it, I suppose, a lot how, my own feelings. I just hope the boys are confident. Doesn't really matter how I feel because out on the ground is where it's won. So the boys will get some confidence, I think, out of tonight, out of their pre-season. Hopefully they'll take it into round 1.
Does defeat as a coach feel any different from defeat as a player?
Yeah, I think you're a lot more circumspect as a coach because you can see it coming and you have more time to prepare for it, and you sort of know why we got beaten. Whereas when you're a player, you don't really know why you get beaten because you're out there and you're giving your all. But we could tell that half the second quarter that if things didn't change pretty radically, that we're in a bit of trouble. So there's you have time to think it through, I think.
Any injuries out of it?
Not really. Carl Hardingham has a sort of a spasm in his groin, which the doctors assure me he'll be fine for round one. So it's the first pre-season match we've got through without any injuries, which is really good, and that's a real positive that we've played. We've played 36 or 37 players over the pre-season. We've got Henry Slater with a broken thumb out of it, and we've got Alwyn Day with a broken arm. We're pretty confident Alwyn will come back for round one. So all in all, our guys have got a lot of game time in the real pressure matches, and we've only got a couple of injuries, one of which will be back for round one. So from a pre-season point of view, it's gone very well.
And Gumbleton?
Gumbles will be right for round one. Whether he can force his way into the team or not, we'll work out in the next 2 weeks. He's playing. He'll play some reserves footy over the next week or two, and then we'll have to look at the balance of our side. But he'll be ready to play round one.
Ross Lyon said after last week's game that you guys played the sort of footy that was top 4 footy. You played the top side as well. Is he on the mark?
I think it's far too early to say that about us. I think we're a side that needs to improve in a lot of areas to get to win a game first. Talk about pre-season. We're yet to win a game this year, so we'll start round one and see how we go.
You had Ross Lyon talking about his top 4 performance last week. You had the old master sitting next to you giving a big sort of theoretical class in how you're going to go.
Yep.
Seems to be a bit of hazing going on from a few of the rival coaches, James, trying to
well, fair enough.
Put the focus on you.
Yeah, look, they're experienced foes, and we got a bit of a masterclass from today, and he did a very good job, and he's got his team playing fantastic football that is so well organised. They all know what they're doing, and it's got a little bit of flair to it, and it's football that we all aspire to.
A few people seem to be trying to fire a few shots at you. Does it sort of mean that you must be doing something right?
I'd say, seriously, round one, if we win that, then we can fire as many shots as they like. We'll make a decision at the end of the year. I think that it's very early, and as I said, we've had a very good pre-season, and we hope that'll stand us in good stead through the year.